Imagine waking up in a room the size of a minivan. Complete silence. Complete darkness outside the window, except for the stars. The nearest human being is 250 miles straight down. You can't go outside. You can't call anyone whenever you want. You haven't felt real sunlight in 4 months, and you still have 2 months to go. This isn't a prison. This is the International Space Station, and it may be the most psychologically dangerous place a human being has ever lived. NASA spends billions protecting the astronaut's body from space. Radiation shields, pressurized suits, carefully engineered nutrition. But there's one threat no suit can stop: the human mind. Research shows that after just 60 days of isolation, the brain begins to physically change. Activity in the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for decision-making and emotional control, measurably decreases. Astronauts become irritable, withdrawn, and increasingly unmotivated. NASA has a name for it: the third quarter effect. Roughly halfway through a long-duration mission, crews experience a sharp psychological decline. Productivity drops, conflicts intensify, focus collapses. And here's what makes it truly alarming. This has happened on every single long-duration mission in spaceflight history. Everyone. 1973. The crew of Skylab staged the first mutiny in space. The astronauts simply switched off communication with Earth for an entire day. No warning, no negotiation. They needed a break from mission control, and they took one. 2019. The first crime ever committed in space was officially documented. An astronaut accessed her partner's bank account from aboard the ISS during a mission. NASA conducted the investigation from the ground, 250 miles below. But the scariest moments aren't the dramatic ones. The scariest moments are the quiet ones. When an astronaut simply stops talking, stops laughing, spends hours staring out the window at Earth, saying nothing. NASA psychologists have a term for it: withdrawal. And once it starts, it's very hard to reverse. NASA doesn't just screen astronauts for physical fitness. The psychological evaluation is the most grueling part of the entire selection process. Candidates are locked in bunkers for weeks. Conflicts are deliberately engineered. Sleep is disrupted. Every reaction is observed and analyzed. And even the strongest candidates can break. That's why the ISS runs strict psychological countermeasures. Weekly sessions with an Earth-based psychologist. A custom lighting system that mimics the natural cycle of day and night. Personal items from home, photographs, music, comfort food. And one tool NASA trusts above all others: connection with family. Studies show that regular video calls with loved ones reduce astronaut anxiety levels by up to 40%. A familiar face, a familiar voice. It sounds simple, because it is. And it works. Humanity has conquered gravity, survived vacuum, endured radiation. But the hardest challenge space has ever thrown at us isn't physics. It's staying human when there's no one around. Now imagine a Mars mission. 3 years in deep space. No emergency return. And a communication delay of 20 minutes each way, meaning if something goes wrong, you're on your own before mission control even knows about it. NASA is already searching for answers to a question evolution never prepared us for. How do you protect a mind from itself? And while they search for that answer, the astronauts keep flying. What's coming next? This is just the beginning. In the next videos, we're going deep into the other extreme challenges astronauts face that nobody talks about. What do astronauts actually eat in space? And what does a zero-gravity diet do to your body over 6 months? What happens when someone gets seriously sick or injured on the ISS? And there's no hospital within 250 miles. How does NASA handle a medical emergency when the nearest surgeon is on a different planet? These are the questions we're answering next. And trust me, the answers will surprise you.